The element that governs conceptualization, that's very interesting, right, is the power granted to man that enables him to think and to contemplate. So that's the more difficult one. So I mean, all others we can understand. Okay, so the legs walks, no problem. We understand that, right? And something attracts you or something like repels you, like you. It's also understandable. But now we're talking about power, right? And this power does not exist with all other creatures. With other, like for example, this stimulation may have existed with animals also, but this conceptualization is not, right? So when a person can imagine something that he never saw. With this power, he acquires knowledge and distinguishes positive activities from undesirable ones. The term activities refers to both the applied and abstract realms. So let's try to understand. So now we have a lot of information in this piece. Let's go back and try to understand, go with line by line. The element that governs conceptualization is a power granted to man that enable him to think and contemplate. Right, so our sages teach us that every day, person has to do reckoning of his day, her day, right? How did this day went, right? And they say that you have to analyze what was good, what was bad, what I have to work on, what I'm very proud of. For example, I withstood the test. Somebody told me not to do, and I knew it's a good thing just to keep away, and that's what I did. You understand? So next time I should do the same. Or opposite, I did. I slept and I said lashon hara, for example. Because why? Because I was in a company of such a person, right? So this is the power of contemplation. Person must contemplate, right? And conceptualization is a thing where when we have to like imagine different scenarios, right? For example, life scenarios, and I don't want to be in that scenario. That's what would be one of the examples, right? Continue. With this power, he acquires the knowledge and distinguish positive activities from negative, for undesirable ones. So just from contemplating, person can see that this is activity not good. Even some activities, as from example that I gave before, maybe by themselves they're not forbidden. Like for example, a person goes shopping. It's not forbidden to go shopping, but shopping at this time when everybody, all of these not dressed people are there at this specific time, so it's not good. So somebody like I don't know decided to go shopping on Sunday afternoon, like in a summer. So it's not normal. I mean, that's when people go shopping, but not us, right? So that's what we must understand, right? Continue. The term activities refers to both the applied and abstract realms. So activities in double quotes. So it could be like something like as they say applied to was applied abstract applied and abstract real. So abstract is something like that is not there. It's not. It's only in our imagination, right? In our imagination, but we can foresee what is going to happen. Okay. So continue. The applied realm involves both actual and intellectual activities. The abstract realm, by contrast, involves the study of entities that are unchanging. The study is referred to as wisdom. So let's try to read again, and we're going to explain. The applied realm, so it's like more physical, right? Involve both actual and intellectual activities. Okay. actual and intellectual activities. The abstract realm, by contrast, involves the study of the entities that are unchanging. So, meaning we study some wisdoms, and sometimes like this wisdom is only in theoretical level. Okay, for us, right? This study is referred as wisdom, right? But when you acquire it, it's going to be your wisdom, right? And based on this wisdom, you would be able like to contemplate more and get to some like more deeper results. By actual activities, refers to the power with which we learn vocations, right? For example, carpentry, agriculture, medicine, and seafaring. The intellectual activities involve the considerable involve a consideration of whether or not it is possible to perform a particular task that he desires when he desires, and if it is not possible, whether or not it is proper to perform it. The above suffices for a description of the soul that is appropriate to this text. Okay, so I mean we did not finish, a little more text, but Rambam trying to explain us what the soul is, right, and what are all of these parts of the soul and how do they work and what they're responsible for. So let's do this this paragraph one more time, and we're going to explain. By actual activities, we refer to the power with which we learn vocations. So actual activities, as we said, it's more on a practical level, more tangible, right? So you learn vocations, carpentry. So on one hand, maybe like today when you go like tech school, they're going to explain you how to do this and that, and like in a classroom with the pictures, with diagrams, with the textbooks, and it's going to be more on theoretical level, right? But then you're going to have on a practical level, you're going to go to a shop and try to do it yourself, right? So it's and that's what we are talking about here. This part of the soul, agriculture, medicine, and seafaring. So I mean, usually people who have advanced this power of the soul, it does not matter like what vocation, what field they can go to. Usually people, many people who talented in one field, they can perform as good in another field. They just need to learn it. So just because, why? Because it's a special part of the soul that can acquire wisdom, and wisdom it's universal, can be applied to anything. Continue. The intellectual activities involve the consideration of whether or not it is possible to perform a particular task that he desires when he desires. So it's very interesting. So now we're talking about intellectual activities. So for example, one thing is to build like for this carpenter to build a frame for a house, which is I think it's very difficult. But another thing is for this architect to draw it's on a piece of paper. So he has this imagination, right? Imagination, and he has this all of the calculation how it's going to be. So it's more on intellectual, on a spiritual level, but it's very deep. And if it is possible, whether or not it is proper to perform it, right? So and if we're talking about this architect, is it good, not good to put the column here and pipes there? So in his mind, he can calculate, is it good or not good? So if it's going to be this material or that material, no, that material is not good because it's in this zone, right? Zone 1, zone 5, whatever it is. Okay. But for carpenter, he has wood, he has these screw gun, all of this gloves, and for him it's much more tangible, right? Than for the architect. The above suffices for a description of the soul that appropriate for this text. So for more description, Rambam said, look at another text.